Yo guys, what's up? It's Alex from GMG Studio. Today we will talk about laziness. Well, not actually laziness, we will talk about willpower. Most of the information is from a book called Willpower from the scientist Roy Baumeister. I will link it for you in the description. And other information is just my investigation and research. I highly recommend you to watch the video till the end because this topic is awesome and it will help you so much. But before we start, did you already subscribe to our YouTube channel? If not, do so. This helps us to stay motivated and recharges our willpower, and you can enjoy free content. Use your willpower and do it one click. Well, enough of this, let's start with the video. I think all of us agree that willpower is one secret to success, don't we? In whatever you want to be successful, you really have to want it. You have to be open-minded and you have to improve yourself. You need willpower. So the scientist Baumeister had one question. Do people have a limited amount of willpower? And he did a study like, the things scientists do usually. There was an experiment where they took a look at students and they assumed that there would be a positive correlation between the students turning in their assignments on time and wearing clean socks. But the results were the opposite, and the psychologist jokingly said, apparently the students could either get their homework done or change their socks every day, but not both. That sounds hilarious, to be honest. And I really thought the correlation would be the opposite. Well, I was wrong. There was another experiment that took place in Baumeister's lab. So they baked a bunch of chocolate chips cookies in the lab, so the whole room smelled like freshly baked cookies. Then 67 hungry psych students were invited into the lab. The students were asked to sit on the table in the lab. On the table were two plates, one with the cookies and one with radishes. Some of the students were told to eat the cookies but no radishes, and some of the students were told to eat the radishes but no cookies. Then each student was left in the room for 5 minutes. When the experimenter came back, they asked them to solve an impossible puzzle. They wanted to know after what time the students give up, and there was a huge difference between both groups. The students who were asked to only eat radishes before doing the puzzle gave up in about 8 minutes, but the students who were allowed to eat the cookies gave up after 19 minutes. So, again, the people who needed to self-control themselves to not eat their cookies gave up much earlier than the other group. They also did more experiments, and it seemed they always got these results. First, you have a finite amount of willpower. Second, you use the same stock of willpower for all tasks. So if you look back at the students, it took them willpower to do their laundry, and they didn't have enough for their homework. Self-control is a limited resource, and it takes energy and motivation to maintain restraint. Now there are two ways from here. One way is to just believe in the research, what probably would be the better way for this YouTube video. Less work, more clickbait, and a nice solution for you. And I could tell you nice stories. For example, that the author needs straws has his meals automatically delivered to him, and that people who don't understand how willpower works say it's a waste of money and they would cook their own food. And if you understand it, you know that you have more willpower left for your other tasks, and even if you look on it purely financial, he makes more than $10 in an hour. And give you some general tips that you shouldn't start your day with opening up Facebook or play out great games like Pun Jump and automate as much as you can, even if it's such a thing like food delivery. But we are here to make great content which helps you and also me to understand this complex topic, so I did more research and the easy solution doesn't seem to be the best. Let's continue. Some studies found out that if you use your willpower, your blood glucose levels will fall. And after they recovered the blood glucose level with a fresh lemonade, their willpower was recharged again. I will link you a great video with the title Why an Entire Field of Psychology is in Trouble in the description. But there's one thing on what I want to focus. I think I already recommended you this TED Talk, but here we go again. The TED Talk is called Change Your Mindset, Change the Game. I will also link it in the description. Others found out that what subjects believed about willpower affected their performance. Participants who believed you have an finite amount of willpower gave up on difficult tasks way before those who believed your willpower is infinite. People who believed willpower is an infinite resource did just as well on the second difficult task as people who hadn't done the first task at all. Guys, I highly recommend to you to watch the TED Talk Change Your Mindset, Change the Game, which could be a pretty good explanation for this. So, does this mean that you have an infinite amount of willpower? Well, not really. My assumption is a bit different. This is probably the most annoying answer, but it's true. Well, it depends. I think that we have a finite amount of willpower, but we can increase it. Before Corona, I did so much more. I worked, went to the gym, ate mostly clean, didn't eat sweets, educated myself in my free time, and much more things that require self-control. And one day we had this workshop at work, and the coach told us that we just have a finite amount of energy. It's like a flame, and asked us to write down what costs us how much energy. Well, to be honest, I thought, yeah, if it's a flame, I have to have a dragon inside me who is buying at the flame, because I think my willpower is infinite, because I always have energy to do the things I want to, and to do those things I have to, and there's much more energy left. Just kidding. I kept thinking, but I didn't realize it back then. But now I do. I eliminated most things that cost me willpower or energy and did things which recharged them for me. For some people it's hard to go to the gym. For me it recharged my willpower, and I was able to work at the evening again. For other people it might be hard to cook, or go shopping, to do their laundry, or with the sweets. But if you find what costs you the most willpower, and find out what recharges your willpower, it will completely change your life, for good. I would recommend you to write down your typical day and think how much energy a task costs you or gives you. I think this will boost your productivity and show you what you really enjoy, and maybe it helps you to realize that it is not possible to accomplish 20 different things. So, if you want to start to develop your own game, watch one of our great videos, Making Your First Game, in which we are trying to explain this concept with something that is more understandable. I really hope the video was helpful. Like the video if you liked the video, dislike the video if you disliked the video, subscribe if you want to be notified on our future content. We are also on Instagram and Facebook. Feel free to follow us there as well. And have a great day. Start creating, stop consuming.